And welcome to a duo casted game with Matt and myself. Spawning in on the north side of the map, we have Boit, who is playing Hades, ranked also at 21 on the ladder.
Yeah, and spawning in on the south side of the map, we have KeeN.Pegasus playing as Ra, another top 50 player on the ladder here. This is a top of the table matchup, and I'm personally excited because I used to watch a lot of Boit content from the original AOM, and I'm excited to finally cast one of his games. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Right away we see on the side of Pegasus here going straight for the berries. This is one of our key buffs that Ra got on the recent patch, is that berries are actually going to gather as fast as hunt. So he's going out for the berries right away, going to look for the hunt later. That's pretty interesting to look at. And over on Boit's side with Hades, I think we're getting the standard, right? Scout pulling in the hunt, killing all of them right away. This might be a little excessive. I don't think decay is too big of a deal, but maybe killing every single deer at the same time, suddenly that decay does start to add up. So pretty surprising to see that.
Yeah, a little interesting decision on Boyd's part. I definitely would have only pulled in 2, possibly 3 to start, but besides that, he has 2 on wood, 2 on gold, pretty standard start. Expect the temple out as or normal, very early. Something early that I looked up when we were figuring out that we're casting a Boyd game is he actually is primarily playing Egyptians right now, with Set being his most played and Ra being his second most played in the Egyptian pantheon. So I expect he's going to know a lot of what to do when he's trying to play Pegasus in this matchup.
Yeah, and actually very recently it seems like Boyd is becoming a very big Ra enjoyer. Keeps saying that Ra is the best god in the game as a joke, obviously, because Ra is not. But we'll have to see this game, and let's just do a quick relic review. Blanket of Emperor Zoe, this is Pierce Resistance, is that right? No. Building's more resistant to Siege. I still don't know all these, there's a lot of them. Ankh of Ra, we got the Trickle of Favor coming in. Heroes do more damage to myth units, really good for this matchup, I think. And then we've got Town Center's Population Cap. And we've got 5 on this map, actually. Armor of Achilles. I feel like I see this every game. The hack armor.
Yeah, it's been popping up more and more, and you know what? It's one of our favorites on this channel, as you guys know if you watched our tier list. So I'm curious to see who's going to grab what early on.
Yeah, and really interesting map spawn, actually. Only the 2 rivers coming out on Marsh. This is pretty rare. I feel like I get Marsh more than any map when I'm playing solo ranked, and usually there's a lot more groupings of water across map. Usually 4 different groupings, and here we just had the 2, so that's pretty interesting to look at right away. Let's go ahead and ride along with Boit for a little bit here and just see what he's doing. Pretty standard build order. Like you said, we got the temple up, and actually 3 on favor really early, so probably we do have a little bit of a myth unit rush. We'll see which tech he actually looks to go up in. On Hades, you've got interesting options, so we'll see what he decides to go with. On the side of Ra, I think we know what to expect. We probably see the Wadjet coming out first, and then we see a fast castle after that. So that's probably what we expect from Pegasus here, and we do see the temple going up, and we do see the age up coming through Athena. Okay, so we're looking for Minotaurs, and it looks like he's planning on building a couple. Actually, nope, he's already off favor. Maybe he was just looking for that early Vault of Erebus.
That would make a lot of sense. It's a great buff to be able to get early on, and we've noticed a few of the games we've casted, a lot of these Hades players choosing to get it pre-age 2, which is a little bit different than we've normally seen in the beginning few months of the game release, but it seems like most Hades players are really enjoying taking it earlier on.
Yeah, and interesting, we usually don't see this Archaic Age hero coming out super early, but in Marsh we do have all the relics right in the middle. So it looks like Boit looking for some early relics on this map, and I bet we actually see the same from Pegasus, because we've got a lot of pretty powerful relics really close to each of their bases.
And one other thing to note is the Sentinel God Power has not been used yet, so that makes me inclined to think he's possibly saving it for a second TC. We're going to keep an eye on that to see if Boyd does decide to go for that 2 TC rush that a lot of Greek players are favoring in the current meta.
Man, and look at this monument placing too. Getting the granary, getting the mining camp, getting the lumber camp, getting everything in here. This is, I mean, you could not have had a better placement. So we could see that Pegasus definitely has the experience on Ra. That is the perfect spot to put this monument early on.
Definitely. Pretty solid start right now. I'm looking to see when these age ups finally hit on the Egyptian side. They got a little bit left to tick with. Let's see if Boit is massing any more myth or anything going on in his base while we wait.
Yeah, and interesting, Pegasus actually grabbed that relic, but then dropped it back off, brought it a little close to base, so maybe he's looking to try and get multiple at a time, but we do see Boit's heroes coming in, and actually he is going to find the priest. This could be a little bit of an early skirmish, and I wonder, will Pegasus actually be able to get that relic, or is that going the way of Boit at this point? Looks like it's going to go the way of Boit.
Striking. Achilles is striking. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, he's going to yoink it. He's going to yoink the relic. Wow, what a snag. And that's a big one. Heroes bonus damage to myth units, especially as the Egyptian. That's a really nice relic to have because the priests naturally do have a lower total damage. So that extra multiplier there, that one bonus damage against myth units is actually going to be quite strong. So really nice snag from Boit, taking that away from him. I like that a lot.
Definitely, and as we look at the matchup, I had to say, those shining lights of Ra are really appealing, actually.
Yeah, it's nice.
Take a look at the whole base.
Really nice, absolutely beautiful there. And yeah, we don't see too much coming out of Pegasus here. I'm expecting a fast castle like we talked about. No sort of unit production, and the armory's already gone down, so we are expecting a fast castle. So let's just ride along with Boit. Let's see what he's looking for, maybe with some early aggression. So far, just the heroes coming out. And we do see
second TC's up.
Yeah, second TC up already. Look at that, very quick second TC, very nice there, and just the armory going up as well. And wow, we already see Sobek coming through actually. So this is a very fast castle. Ra really showing off the economic power that you have for Ra specifically with the Pharaoh empowerment across all of your economies. So, man, this is close to a record heroic age up time. He's going to hit that before 7 minutes. Really like to see that.
I think Jacob would be very proud of this display from Pegasus.
Yeah, I agree. It's a shame he's not here right now, but this would be really nice for him to see for Ra, and I'm hoping that Jake, who actually is here right now, he's hanging out with us.
I was gonna say, I think one thing that as Ra is forgetting is that his priest can empower buildings, and I know that Pharaoh's got that main monument, but maybe the priest could help construct some other stuff. Go over to the second monument over there in the corner, get a little more favor for him. Right now, he's just kind of idle.
Yeah, he is idle. Maybe he could be doing some scouting, but I think he is worried about Achilles finding him, basically, like what happened earlier, so that makes sense. And I guess what we're going to see here is what's stronger, the 2 TC or the fast age up, but we also do have an age up coming out over here, Aphrodite. I love it. Curse, amazing god power, right, everyone? Curse, amazing god power.
I will take this time to mention, if we look at the villager counts, we already see a disparity forming where we have 9 extra villagers on the side of Boit as the Hades player. So that second TC is coming in immense. Villagers are already going to gather at a faster rate, but the fact he's able to get many more of them out on the map right now, it's only a benefit to him. But oh, there goes the scout.
Yeah.
Got Snake.
And I think it's partially the second TC, right? And it's also the fact that we did have the fast heroic going on. I don't know what that cheer was all about. Huh. I don't know what the game thought we were cheering about there, but yeah, it's one, the second town center, and also the fast heroic. You know, obviously that does prevent you from putting out additional villagers while you're aging up, but we do see, you know, this quick age up time. We already have the camel riders coming out, we already have the chariot archers coming out, and it looks like Pegasus is actually going on the aggressive here. We'll just ride along with him for a bit and see what he's able to find with these camels. You know, very quick. We might catch Boit off guard with this, but if this heroic age does come through, these camels might be pigs very soon here. We're going to see.
Keep in mind also, Boit for the most part has not really established any military presence on the map yet when you look at the disparity between 43 units versus 12
whoa.
population counts.
Was Ajax just attacking this rock? Hang on.
Yeah, how did that happen? That's a very unique
Since when did they do that? Is that new?
I did not know, actually. You learn something new every day in AOM Retold.
Yeah, I guess that's the benefit of watching, but I did not know that the Greek units just had that ability to attack there. It looked like maybe Ajax and Achilles were both attacking there. I might have to go back and watch this replay or do some testing, but a nice little buff to the Greek heroes if they do actually have that ability.
Yeah, now let's take a moment about how they're about to nerf Atlantia. Very sad about that. Should not do that, Microsoft.
Atlanta?
Very bad decision. Atlanta, yeah. Very, very bad decision here. Let her be fastest horse.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Atlanta not chasing my Valkyrie around the map for 10 minutes every game that I put out a Valkyrie. It's going to be all right with me, but it looks like we're gearing up for a pretty hefty Heroic Age fight. I mean, I don't know what army Boit has. Look at this, actually strictly counter units from Boit. Very interesting. Peltist and Padromos. This is actually the perfect army to take this on.
We have our first little dance between the two of them. It looks like nothing is going to amount just yet, but they're sizing each other up right now. And I'll point out, I do like the defensive structure, how Boit has put his production buildings with the gate to create that narrow chokehold. I wonder if he's going to be able to protect his gold mine on the second TC as effectively, but he is positioning his army towards that center of the map and be able to counteract if anything was to happen.
Yeah, and we do see Nemean Lions coming out, making two of them. I think the Nemean Lions got to be an S-tier myth unit right now. That stun that they get, and if you can actually micro these units to delay the stuns, you do them one after another. I mean, the stun lasts a very long time. Yeah, that roar that you get from the Nemean Lions, maybe we're looking for an upgrade, but it looks like we've got our first fight potentially coming in.
Another posture dance, but a couple camels are caught out. Let's see if he's able to drop any of them. And then there goes the shots. We have units going. Cursed is dropped. We have lost considerable amount from right there. Shifting Sands is going to make sure that Pegasus is able to escape intact, but he has lost that trade. We are talking at least 6 units being cursed and a number of units going down. Excellent engagement from Boit.
Yeah, I like that. And there's the curse. Look at that. Only 5 pigs. I'm kind of surprised it's only 5. I thought there was going to be more from that. But pretty nice snag to get those pigs. And I did like the shifting sands to evade, but you know, at the end of the day, that is not a god power that's helping put aggression on the opponent. In this case, it was just to save the military that he had, and it looks like Boit actually has full control here, getting the citadel up, or the fortress up early, looking to get out onto this hunt here, and we're going to see another engage, it looks like, potentially coming through.
He's able to lure in one of those cavalry units, but the archers are not able to knock it down. It looks like that middle control of the map is definitely in the hands of Boit. I wonder what response we're going to get out of Pegasus to be able to counteract this fortress coming up.
Yeah, armory tech coming through for both civs. A little bit of posturing again. I think he's going to see this fortress and realize he can't take this fight, though.
We have dropped a locust in the back of the map, but we are taking a full engage, so we are not focused on that right now. We are seeing massive casualties on both sides. It looks like Boit is actually taking the rougher end of this trade. Its units are not effectively gaining these mid units down on the back line, and these counter archers are not doing enough. Oh, I changed my opinion. The cavalry are dropping like flies. That is a massive amount of damage coming out.
Oh, there it goes. There's the victory. Wow, another quick one here. Look at that, and I gotta say, you don't see this often, the full counter units, but I really like it. I might have to take this into my own games, or Jay into your own games versus the Egyptians, because you know what's coming. It's going to be camel riders, it's going to be chariot archers, so Boit correctly just making Peltist, making Padromos, and just countering those units, and that summarizes a very quick victory for him.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say the 2TC setup, standard Greek start, was a great decision on his part. He was able to take early position in the middle of the map by being able to win a few early engagements. He carried it over with the fortress and was just able to really apply pressure effectively militaristically. And getting that early curse on was just a game changer in this game, specifically when he was able to acquire that food and win the fight.
Yeah, and one thing I have to say is it's almost shocking to see, you know, this matchup, Hades versus Ra, and the civ that went for 2TC was Hades, not Ra. And I think that's why Pegasus went ahead and forfeited this game, because after he lost that initial skirmish, knowing that his opponent's on 2TC and he did not go 2TC himself, I mean, you can see he's got the strongholds, he's got a pretty defensible base, but I guess he just knows at this point he's economically behind, and if he lost his full military, he's not going to come back from that.
Yes, I would have loved to see 2CC come out of Pegasus. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. He got outscaled. And, you know, that's just how the story was written this time.
Yeah, so let's switch to Boit. Let's take a quick look at the post game here. Oh, it's still showing me. So you can assume that I am Boit in this case. He got the relics. He had the biggest army. He got the most resources. Yeah, looked like it was a pretty easy game for him here. So kind of a surprising that it ended that quickly, but pretty good cast. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Hats off to Boit, man. Thanks for your content over the years, and I hope to continue to see you play some games on the ladder as well as some tournaments down the line.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.